Oh, how things can change in just 1 year. Welcome to the All Go Podcast. I'm your host, Desmond. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. I talk football all day, every day, pro, college, and sprinkle in some of my stories from way back when. But today, talking about Christian Wilkins, who 2 years ago, or basically this time last year, if I have it correct, was a defensive tackle with the Miami Dolphins and was a free agent. He signed a pretty big contract, I think $100 million to go to the Raiders. Signed that. Unfortunately, he only played 5 games last season. It was forgettable, to say the least. And just recently, the last couple days, the Raiders are cutting him and filing. They're cutting him. And there's some type of language basically that they are trying to not pay him the $35 million or whatever was left guaranteed on his deal. And he is filing a grievance through the NFLPA to get that money. Just wild. And it sounds like a lot of the issues or the reasoning is how Christian Wilkins was attacking his rehab, which to me means you weren't taking it seriously. You weren't doing what you needed to do to get back healthy, to get on the field. You know, there's different steps that you have to do when rehabbing anything, really. But it sounds like Christian wasn't taking that serious. And anytime you're talking about a foot injury and a very large human like Christian Wilkins is, I mean, just about any defensive lineman in the NFL is a monstrous person. But it's a very delicate thing, which means you need to attack it a certain type of way. You need to be in lockstep with the medical staff for the team because they are trying to get you back on the field as quickly as they can in a healthy way. So goodness gracious, that's big. That's very big to have the Raiders, a team who, in theory, could use a $100 million defensive tackle. And the fact that they are willing to part ways and they're willing to part ways, and there is a risk that they still will have to pay him that $35 million that's outstanding, which is a very large sum of money, but they're willing to risk that just to get you out of the building. That is not a good look. Not a good look at all. And you just wonder for Christian Wilkins, and he's talented enough that I think he's going to get signed. I don't think this is the end of Christian Wilkins in the NFL by any stretch of the imagination. But you definitely wonder what it does to now his potential open market value, right? Where if this were something where you attack the rehab and you guys just decided to part ways, that would be a very different situation for Wilkins. But to be coming off an injury, you didn't attack the rehab well, and the Raiders are willing to cut you and risk having to still pay you that $35 million. It's not good, because what you also have to keep in mind is the NFL owners. It's a good old boys club, right? We already saw the report come out that there was some collusion. They talk for sure. So Mark Davis and the GM there, which I don't is it Spytech? I think it's Spytech. So for Mark Davis, he's going to be getting some phone calls from teams who are looking for a defensive tackle and just like, hey, what's the deal? What's going on? And I would imagine Mark Davis is going to be honest. He was a problem in the locker room. Just saying this for instance. He was a problem in the locker room. The dude's lazy. He didn't attack rehab, showed up late, skipped rehab sessions, didn't do the treatment he needed to. He was a pain in the butt the entire time he was here. And it was only 1 year. It was only a year, which is crazy to go from you are literally the gem of our free agency class to we're willing to risk $35 million to get you up out of here. It's wild. But, life comes at you fast. So let me know your thoughts on that. That is it for me. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Just hit that button. About 60 to 70% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So go ahead and hit it. It doesn't do anything but just lets you know when I post some videos. I post them every day. and it would greatly help my channel. So thank you. Peace.